All right, guys, welcome back. We are watching ReZero Season 3, Episode 1. Feels weird to say that, doesn't it? We're finally at Season 3. Last time we watched every single break time ever, which was quite the ordeal. I guess I'm used to long episodes because that time was somehow even longer than what we're getting into now, because this one's an hour and a half. So we really have the ReZero marathon these last couple episodes, but yeah, we finished season two. It was as I said in the discussion for that episode, it just feels like that could have been like the end. You know what I mean? Like obviously, there's so much unresolved stuff still, and I know it can't be. Just in terms of all the character stuff and everything, it just feels so. Like, what do we do? What do we do now? Right? I mean, there's always going to be more stuff. There's always going to be more challenges. I just wonder, unlike at the end of season one, where I felt like it was pretty. It made sense that we did all the stuff like Amelia afterwards. I remember talking about that, about like Amelia as a character and all of that. What do we do now? Right? What is our next? I feel like every character has changed and evolved so much. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we should just get into it, huh? This is an hour and a half long, so we gotta buckle down, get some popcorn, I guess. We're watching season three, episode one. You can line your copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in three, two, one. Where are we? The mansion burned down, didn't it? I like, God. What's up, Subaru? Oh, I see. An obstacle course. Right, right. Impressive. Very impressive. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's cool. I couldn't do that, I assume. Interesting. Really doing some training, huh? It's crazy he still has the tracksuit after all this time. Oh, what's up? Oh, so good to see her. Out and alive. Right. Right. Oh, really? Okay. We got a year time skip, huh? Sure. That's pretty hilarious. Yeah. Uh-huh. Secret training facility. This does seem like it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I guess. No, that's actually impressive, right? Sure, sure. Ooh. Training with Garfield, huh? Oh god. Um, it feels so good to see them be happy. What's up, Petra? A visitor at the mansion, huh? God, look at Beatrice. Oh, absolutely. Oh, okay. I guess the mansion's fine, huh? It's not this thing. Oh god, sorry. I don't want to be mean. What's up, Mimi? No, you aren't. It's true. The way he's holding her. Yeah, is everyone here? Anastasia, Julius. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's what Super is worried about. Yeah, I guess. Oh, what's up, Ram? Whoa. Sure, sure. I That doesn't make any sense, Ram. Oh, okay, okay, right, right. Very much so. What is up, Garfield? Oh, God. Oh, that's not Julius, is it? He said he wasn't here. Oh. No, that is not him. His voice is different. Related to him, I think, right? Ooh, indeed. Ah, God. How knightly, huh? Oto, the goat, is here. Indeed. Ooh, doesn't want to introduce himself, or rather introduce himself like that. Joshua. I see, I see. His brother, I assume. Younger brother. Interesting. What has he said? What has he said about him? I wonder. Subaru, everyone says that about you all the time. You can't be saying that. Uh-huh, uh-huh. How nice. This is just Beatrice just always has to be here. That's, you know. Yeah, literally. Oh God. Don't say that. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Whoa. Oh, he taught her. Okay, okay. She studied. Thank God. Thank God. God, look at that thing down there. Indeed. What even is a great spirit, anyway, right? What does that mean? Is he, I suppose. Is that what it means to be a spirit knight, I guess? Just have a contract with a spirit? Indeed. Back with Pedal Geese, yeah. I thought we got over all that, Subaru. Come on. I agree. Hmm. Interesting. His attitude is interesting about his brother. I don't know. I don't know. God, Subaru will always be inferior, huh? Certainly, certainly. Hmm. That is interesting. Combined with like his introduction earlier when he prefaced his name with who he is first. Oh God. Whoa. Ooh, okay, okay. So what is our business here today? Yes. Stella. I see. Another city. Yeah. A party. Interesting. I am worried about that. Yeah. What does she seek? Ooh, magic crystal. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, that makes me think something about Puck, right? Yeah. Ooh. How it, like, lacks its luster now, you know? Interesting. So I'm immediately, like, very trepidatious about this, right? Anastasia offering you something you want. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, right? Especially from another person in the royal candidacy. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. Ah, makes sense. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, yeah. Watergate City. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know how to, like, picture that in my head. I don't even know. I think that would be naive, indeed. He would know, right? Back in season one. Yeah. How does Anastasia know about that, I wonder? I wonder what is up with Puck. Ooh. Is that like the time crystals? What's up, Rosewall? Of course, you have no choice after all, right? Ooh. Oh, her mouth is. Her teeth are scary. Doesn't have to be them alone, perhaps. Yeah, yeah, sure. Oh, that is true. That is very true. It would be good to have him for Anastasia, right? Yeah, I hope we don't need any destruction. That would be rough. Yeah, just by like saying a nonsense, like I. Hmm. Of course, goes without saying, right? Yeah. God. Ah, I love Beatrice so much, man. I believe you. I believe you, Ota. Don't worry. Not that again. How old is Oto? Huh? No one knows. Ooh, flowers. Amelia's room, I assume? Or Rem. Oh, yeah. Man. Rem. I wonder, do they have to feed her? Right? Oh, it's so sad. Hmm. Of course he's still attached to her. And it's not like that's a bad thing, right? But I wonder. Okay, off we go. Off we go. What is Garfield doing? Jesus Christ. Someone needs to have a talk with him. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh. Yes, but then Krush, yeah. Of course. She seems, yeah. Seems so impossible for her, right? Right, right. The white whale? Mm-hmm. The liberation of the sanctuary too. Is that something that people care about? Ooh, Priscilla. Interesting. Her late husband, huh? Yeah, of course. Felt, right. Yeah, and that alone, that connection has to be. Hmm. Yeah, and she is going to be like the favorite with so many people who I feel like would otherwise not care about this, right? People like in the slums, you know? It's all a chessboard. Yeah. Is she even like. Yeah. I don't even know if I want her to keep pursuing it, you know? But I'm sure she's gaining a lot of interest, I bet. And that is probably the most powerful ally any of them have. God, Garfield, you are ridiculous. Yeah, it's incredibly dangerous. That's right, yeah. This is like a power play from her, probably. Hmm. How so? Okay, with Beatrice sitting next to him. I guess, sure. Garfield is doing that. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I guess you can call it that. Yeah, it's a team effort. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is an interesting way to think about it, right? Because then in that analogy, Amelia's just, being carried along by it. Which I feel like would bother her a lot back in the day, before season 2, you know. God, Subaru, the Beatrice doesn't know how to do anything. Oh God. Man, yeah, how's that carriage working out, huh? Ooh. Now that does look does look like a Watergate city, huh? Interesting. Big like checkpoint gates? I see. I see. Yeah. Such harsh like policy there, huh? Interesting. God, that is a crazy gate, huh? Oh, beautiful though. Oh man, yeah, that is crazy. Interesting. 400 years, huh? That seems like a horrible place to build a city, just on top of a lake, but. Ah. Okay, okay. Yeah, there's certainly intention behind it, huh? Yeah, a trap for who, then, right? I guess if it's a known thing now, then. I don't know, could that trap still be sprung? Right? Oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Don't get in a fight. Oh, so beautiful. I suppose. Yeah, it looks very Japanese, doesn't it? Very Japanese. What's up, Anastasia? And Julius. Oh, God. Subaru. Come on. Absolutely. Oh, shut up. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Indeed, indeed. Oh, yeah. They're both knights now. God. But your attitude hasn't. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oto. Oh. Oh, from... I see. Okay. He knows Beatrice. It's, yeah, you can't say that. I guess. I guess that's true. Certainly. Oh, God. God, they're like the same age, aren't they? Oh, from Juliet. Yeah, 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 yeah. He didn't even get to finish introducing himself. Oh, God. Very Japanese, huh? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Interesting. How does this exist, right? For people from Japan? You know? Something like that? Huh. Interesting. I don't know how deeply to look into that, right? The idea that other people from Japan have been to this world, right, and influenced it like this. Maybe. I see. Like the Hoshin Company, yeah. It's all 400 years ago. Interesting. Yeah, right? I would certainly believe that, but that's weird, isn't it? What are you doing? Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay. What would that be? Oh, God. The man whose heart was stolen by the songstress. The songstress maniac. Interesting. Ooh, God, it looks so cool. Oh, yeah. How does that work, huh? I see. Okay. Okay. Ah, magic. I was gonna say, is it just some kind of magical... Yeah, yeah. Probably good. Doesn't know how to swim. Guess there's probably nowhere to swim in the sanctuary. All that would do is pull Oto in with you, if you fell. She's gonna do something stupid. Oh, you doing okay? What's wrong? Oh no, he's seasick. Oh god. Oh god, Subaru, buddy. Ah, I see, I see. Sure. Ah, they're going without him. Interesting. That must be it. The universe is conspiring against you. That must be it. Yeah, I trust her. Come on. Ah, this is actually... Hmm. Is that how that works? Indeed, indeed. Okay, okay. Interesting. Oh god, they're lost. They have no idea how to get there. Yeah. Beatrice has no idea where she's going. Like, come on. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Just in case. Only if Subaru's worried, naturally. Yeah. Huh? Ooh. Oh, in the center. Who is this? Very nice singing. Interesting lyrics. Yeah, this is not... Yeah. Oh god, he ruined it. True, come on. Jesus. Super is about to get murdered. God. I guess you probably shouldn't yell that while someone's singing. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Oh, yeah. He hasn't died in a year, huh? So, who are you, I wonder? Interesting. About these two? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I, uh... I don't know if these lyrics are much better, unfortunately. It's very pretty singing, right? They're beautiful. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh my god. Right, right. Koi Monogatari. Literally. Like... very. I'm... Surely. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Liliana. Liliana. No, Beatrice, don't worry. You're the normal one here. I see, I see. Hmm. Great. A Haji Kuji reference? I don't know. Oh, so she is. Okay, interesting. So what is the Songstress feels like such a proper title to me, you know? You can't just charge everyone for listening to you. $1. Oh god. Not another song. Do we have to pay for this one? She's good, apparently, right? Come up with songs on a dime. Okay, hit me. Happy-go-lucky life. Very. Oh god, don't say that. Well, he's dead. He had a promise. Yeah. Right, right. That's a great title. That's a great title. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Ooh. He is quite well known now, huh? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It was all Subaru. Right, right. Right. Indeed. Freed the sanctuary. Yeah. Okay, I like this character. I like this character. What is she just collapses on the ground? Ooh, okay, okay. Uh, sure. Sounds like a good trade to me. Why not? Yeah, you kind of know them all already, but to write songs about them, perhaps? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Like piggyback off of his like renown, you know? Uh-huh, uh-huh. Liliana Masquerade. Okay. Oh god, I don't know if this is gonna work out. I'm worried. It's surely not gonna be that simple. Surely not gonna be that simple. Oh no. We're gonna ruin the negotiations, aren't we? Oh god. I'm terrified. Right. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Indeed. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Right, right. Oh great. Yeah, no, this is really what we wanted. Uh-huh. Really going well. Yeah, she was being crazy. Interesting, interesting. I suppose. It kind of reminds me of back in the day in season 1 though. I don't know. Uh hi there, Regulus. What's up, man? Right. Yeah, that's... oh god. What is happening? Okay. Oh god, Subaru's never seen him before. He doesn't know what he looks like. For Amelia, it was like forever ago, right? Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Right. Right. How nice that would be, huh? I am very shocked that Regulus... I wonder, does Amelia, like, think she recognizes him a little bit? Yeah, yeah, but... You know, like, from her perspective, it's someone that she saw in her memories 400 years ago, or whatever, right? Like, 100 years ago, I guess. Okay, I gotta lock in. Interesting, okay. And Regulus's attitude was so weird there, right? Hmm. Ooh. Okay. Is this... yeah, is this that same guy from, like, is season one, right? One of those dudes? Yeah, okay. Sure. Rotchins. I see, I see. His old buddy. They've killed each other a few times. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then they tried to again in, like, episode, like, 13, right? Or 12? Ooh. What? Oh, what's up, Reinhard? Is he... Oh god, okay. Right. What are we doing? I wonder, is this guy part of, like, the Felt camp? The Ratchins guy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Why, Garfield, why are you attacking him? Is he just... I mean, like, he had that reaction. Did he just immediately feel that he was, like, incredibly dangerous? Ooh. So proper. And how... how inferior he must feel now, huh? Interesting. Garfield, I mean, Reinhard is such a interesting person. He has, like, no ego, you know? I'm sure. So have you. Ooh. I suppose, right? Oh, from it killing, um, Wilhelm's wife, I assume, right? I forgot her name. Because she was Von Austria, too. Had red hair, all that. Okay, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I really feel like Felt is, is the real the real competitor for the throne, you know? Okay, I suppose. The negotiations did not work out. Krush, Ferris, let's go! Oh, no kidding, huh? I've been 24 episodes or whatever. And Wilhelm. Okay, so Teresa, that was her name, right? Was his grandmother. Okay. Makes sense, makes sense. At least I assume, right? Same name. Interesting. I wonder... Maybe it's more complicated. Naturally. I suppose. Hmm. I see, I see. Oh yeah, she would not... She's a good match for Anastasia, I imagine. Right, right, of course. Yeah, what did she offer them? Ooh. Ah, yeah, I was gonna say, something about getting her memories back, I wonder. Oh, and that's obviously very... Okay. Oh, right, of course. Same thing that pissed him off, yeah, so much in season 1, right? I suppose. Yeah. Well, holding yourself back at all, I guess, is impressive. Hmm. He's so different now, right? It must feel so weird to want your memories back, you know? Because it's like she's a different person now. Yeah. Right, right. Interesting. I bet. If he's still got that crazy sword. What's up, Felt? God, we haven't seen her in literally forever. Yeah, what's her attitude like now, huh? How's she changed? This is her fit. Come on. Yeah, that would ruin her image. I think it's actually important for her to remain herself rather than seeming like the other candidates, you know? Ooh, I suppose that is very the proper. Yeah, there we go. That's all she's got though. Very. Hmm. Felt is good at negotiating too. Maybe, right? I just remember in the first arc that was a thing, you know. What is this? A massage chair, I guess. Ooh, for what? Oh, because of yeah. You can never be the strongest, unfortunately. Maybe, maybe. What was that? What is she wearing? Oh god, Subaru's gonna scream. Right. She's so terrified. Right. Uh-huh. Oh god. Don't attack her, please. Amelia too? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Great. He's dead. It's over. Uh-huh. What a nice line. Everyone, huh? He was not at all. I don't think Reinhardt had ever been mean to anyone, but I'm sure, yeah. I guess. Is his attitude condescending? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I would call it that. Maybe, but it doesn't get to him at all, right? Perhaps. They certainly feel like such equals, you know? It's what do you mean by that? Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, the coloring. Elsa. Just a vision, right? A memory. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Garfield seems so troubled, right? By this idea of weakness. Interesting. He has to be the strongest to protect the people he cares about, right? Protect them from that outside world that he was so scared of for so long. Ooh. God. Interesting. Oh god. I gotta get over my reaction to Mimi every time, but she's a creepy. I can't help it. No, she'll cheer you up. She'll cheer you up, I'm sure. Ooh. Maybe. Hmm. It's not really that simple, sadly, right? If only. Not everyone can be like you, Mimi. Well, I feel like Mimi has never had a troubled thought in her life, right? Oh, what a beautiful city. I would want to live here so badly. Literally. What are those noises? God. Maybe everyone needs to be more like Mimi, right? Everyone would be happier. Ooh. Right, right. But it's not like he doesn't want to be stronger for himself. He wants to be stronger for other people. Interesting. Ooh, the boats run into each other? Huh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Sure. Nice. God, very impressive. Ooh, they all admire him so much. Creating his own legacy, huh? Oh, no? Interesting. Oh god. No one has ever called you that. No one ever will call you that. Please don't. Oh, Garfield. Man, someone needs to have a talk with him about his whole, you know. Oh, God, yeah. Interesting. Tigressy River. Hmm. Also very Japanese, right? It's of course it does. What are you doing? It's what is it? Wasabi? Oh yeah, yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah. Interesting. Ooh. I was gonna say, he kind of looks like a young Garfield. He has a sister too, yeah. Him saying that he's come so far. Huh. Oh god. Oh, I suppose. Oh. Green eyes, blonde hair. Yeah. Man. Hmm. Is it now? I mean, the question is this literally his mom? Or does it just God. Beatrice. It's huh? What's up, Wilhelm? We have not talked to you in forever. We have had some good talks with you in the past, though. Interesting. Yeah, we've had so many moon-related talks with Amelia and Subaru. His favorite opener. Right, right. With, yeah, yeah. You misunderstood her back then so much. Interesting. Oh, wonder how that feels, right? Hmm. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, yeah, she didn't want to be defined as the sword saint, right? Yeah. She liked flowers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So much more to her than just the memory of the sword saint. Indeed. Done quite a bit of that. Don't say that. Not at all. Not at all. What is that? Ooh, Reinhard. Yeah, yeah. I wonder what creates the tension between them. Okay. Letting her die, I wonder if he thinks of that as one of them in his mind. Interesting. Ah, I see. Yeah, but it's been so long. There's so many, it created this rift. It's hard. It has to be. Interesting. I wonder what his other regrets are. I assume, sadly enough, one of them has to be that he blames himself for her death, right? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, sure. I mean, Subaru's had his share of difficult conversations like that too. Oh, so beautiful. Wonder what the temperature is like in this area. Ooh. Yeah, where did Garfield go after that? Huh? Still doing this, huh? Why doesn't Beatrice participate? Beautiful. I wonder if Petra participates when they're still there. Ooh. Oh god, he drank too much or what? Ah, right. Makes sense. He gets Beatrice out of the way. Well, yeah, oh god. I mean, was that literally his mother, right? The boy was named Fred, right? Which is like Frederica, right? Which is crazy. Hmm. Indeed. Oh, yeah, she doesn't know Otto, does she? Although it seems like he was not doing a very good job with all that. I'm sure he appears right next to her right now. Yeah. Interesting. If you say so. If you say so. God, Reinhard is such an interesting character. I'm glad we are getting more of him. What is up, Anastasia? Where are they? Yeah, Mimi still gone as well? So what happened after that? Interesting. I'm worried. I'm worried. I see. Ooh. What's up, Krush? Yeah, really, everyone is here, right? Other than Priscilla. you know? It's interesting. It's almost like we're forming like an alliance against her in a sense, you know? Oh, I see. Very impressive. Oh god, she's like burning it and destroying it. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, like, oh god. God, the Felt's gonna eat that much, huh? I suppose. Oh no. He's doing his best. Ooh. There's like a... Huh. I see, I see. Like weather and stuff, maybe? Just like news, weather, I don't know. Stuff like that. I guess that would be important with like the effect that the rain has on the city, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Liliana, uh-huh. Please have better lyrics this time. Oh god. I see. Interesting. God, she really does have a beautiful voice, though. Ah, this is such a beautiful city. She's kind of doing like what she said, right? Taking a story like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh God. Ooh. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you go for it, I guess. Sure. A good start. Oh, of course, of course. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, what's up? Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh God. What is this relationship like? He looks a little bit I don't know. Yeah. It's like what is this guy's position? Vice captain. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Hated. I see, I see. What was the position that they said Julius was in? Oh, yeah, I don't know if you want to pick a fight with this guy. I don't know. Interesting. He seems very. Oh, God. Seems very bitter. Seems very. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. What is the history between this family? Oh, after you let her die. That's interesting. Is that the same thing? Okay, okay. Why do they view it like that, though? I wonder. Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume that's what Wilhelm, what caused this, the split between them, right? Well, they were well on the way to doing it. Ooh, interest. Like it's going against her legacy. I see. Indeed. Ooh. Flung into a battle she has no chance of winning. Indeed. Yeah, just to harass your family. She's very different now. Yeah. Yeah, what a man. Yeah, he just busts into this room with all of the royal candidates in it and just starts yelling like, "Oh, Priscilla, she is here, huh?" Peasant. Oh god. She's back. Ugh, I love her. Interesting, interesting. Hmm. She doesn't even remember him. Of course, right? And Al was his name, right? Right, right. No, I bet she literally doesn't remember. Yeah, completely, Thank you. You tried. You tried. Why? Yeah. It's sure. I guess that fits. I guess that makes sense. That's the same reason she brought Subaru there at episode 13, right? Episode 12. Of course. God. Well, it's not like it's hmm. It's not like anything's ruined, right? She made like the show of it, I guess. Maybe that's what really bothers Subaru, you know? Ooh. Indeed. I wonder. Sure. Oh. Right, right. I see. All of the, yeah, like just like a monetary support, right? Great. Huh. Can he do that, though, right? I. What's weird about Reinhard, oh, I don't know, confidence. is interesting. Yeah, yeah. Just as a way to get back at him, right? Oh, God. Right, okay. Oh, God. He... Al is the only one who can stand up to her at all, huh? What's up? Huh. Her reaction to that was very interesting. I always felt like he was, like, taking her spotlight almost. I don't know. I don't know. Certainly not. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. How would that ever happen? Right. What's her saying, right? The world works in the way that's best for her or something. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh. Super really has like this unique relation to all of the members of the royal selection. Hmm. I mean, I understand you being mad, I guess. Sure, sure. That's kind of is how it works, right? Yeah. What does it mean to be knightly anyway? Interesting. Yeah, yeah. When he's like what, unable to? Unwilling to, maybe. Well, no, it's not for his sake, right? Yeah, yeah. It doesn't have to be done for someone's sake. Hmm. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Seems that's a good phrase, huh? It certainly seems like it. I mean, it all comes back to like this family feud. That seems like the whole motivation behind his actions, right? Interesting. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And what happened? Oh, I see. Oh, was that planned? Was that, Huh. I guess I don't know how it could be. Maybe. But then why did they blame Reinhardt for it? Hmm. Right, yeah. The fact that he even felt the need to call himself that, back then, is interesting. But really, you're still Julius. Oh, yeah. Interesting. He has like this weight of responsibility on him, being a knight. You would, Subaru, if anyone else said that, you'd be like, oh, that was so cool. Come on. A good one. A very good one. Interesting. Uh-huh. Indeed. God, Beatrice, you are one to talk. God. Liliana again? Indeed, indeed. Oh, and Priscilla. I see. Maybe getting a lot of favor around here through this, huh? Interesting, interesting. Dude, uh-oh. Oh, what a shot. Hmm. Yeah, in a way. In a way, it kind of is. I suppose so. I suppose so. It really is. It is very impressive. Worthy, huh? Oh. Will she reject it, though, I wonder? Yeah. Interesting. I wonder why. She liked the way her life is now? As a bard? Ah. It's like it would hurt the musical process, maybe, you know? Yeah. She needs the freedom. I wonder how Priscilla will feel about that. I think she might respect that, right? It makes me think, like, when with the stuff with Subaru. Ooh. I see. Yeah, I think Priscilla will like that answer, actually. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. But then the way that she acts around felt is interesting to me. Priscilla. Interesting. You know who she reminds me of? Regulus, in a way. Regulus is much worse, but... Huh. Oh, go for it. It's... What's it gonna be called? Sure. He didn't answer, so you just have to say it again. Uh-huh. This is how... I mean, he's got to pay her back, right? Oh, what's up, Gretchen? He really doesn't remember him at all. I guess, you know, why would he? Lots of people not remembering each other in this episode, huh? Oh. Hi. There. What is wrong with you? Oh. Okay. Hi. Sirius, the Sin Archbishop of Wrath? That's quite the way to present yourself, huh? So she's here. Regulus is here. Oh, God. I see, I see. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, okay. What? I... What is happening? No one is calm. I promise you no one is calm right now. For what purpose? Interesting. She's so worried about, creating, like, unease in other people. Kind of like the opposite of wrath, in my mind. Oh, God. What is she? Indeed. I am terrified about what she's gonna do. Okay. Hmm. This conversation is not getting anywhere. Like, is what? To spring the trap of the city and kill everyone or something? Like, I don't know. Are we killing Amelia? Like, what's going on? What's happening? It could be any number of things. I go ahead. Oh. A matter of love, huh? Interesting. I am worried about what love would mean to the Archbishop of Wrath. That is for sure. Petalgeese's idea of love was interesting. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. What are we doing here? Oh, no. Oh, great. Awesome. Good. Yeah, right. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Fantastic. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So why is everyone acting like this when... Are they all under a spell? Oh, yeah. No. Something is horribly wrong, right? Something is horribly wrong, right? I mean, Subaru's attitude has been weird this whole time, obviously, right? Since she showed up. Oh, God. And what are you gonna do to him? Okay, okay, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Great. And in what way exactly? Oh God, what? Yeah, I mean, she's having this effect on everyone or something in some way, right? It's really not good that it's affecting Subaru. It's, what are we... Like, what is happening, right? They sure do. They sure do. Yeah. How... How fantastic. Yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh. How does this relate to Wrath, though, right? It's like this devotion. It's like this, interesting. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Sharing everything with another person, huh? But how does that relate to Wrath? Oh god. Oh god. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm sure. Very. Extremely. They ought to start clapping for this. That's really good. No, that's really good. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. No, this seems great. This seems great. Oh god. Oh god. Awesome. Uh-huh. God. How how fantastic, huh? Great. What a kind world, huh? Oh, it killed them all. It killed them all. I see. Oh god. And it's right here? Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh no. Okay, like what she was talking about, like everyone being connected and all of that, that makes sense with like the... Oh god. Oh god. What do we do? Yeah. Oh, god, how it must feel for him, right? It's back, right? That it's not all over, that it's still... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God, right? He hadn't died in a year, you know? That it must have felt like he could just live his life, but it's like, oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. That was quite the first episode, huh? That was quite the first episode. Hmm. God, I mean, like, it, so much stuff in this episode. I don't even know if, like, what are we gonna talk about? There's too much. There's literally too much, right? This is an hour and a half long. Like, Jesus. Oh God. Huh. I'm really trying to, as quickly as possible, pick up on what our new like theme is. I guess, right? It felt like season two. It was so much about like being able to decide your own like future, your own like path in life, like all of that, right? That's like self determination. That's what it was for Rosewall, Beatrice, Amelia, Subaru. You know, all of them. You know, I think an important part of a new season will be to think about what we're talking about now, just like as a general theme in the same vein as that, right? All the stuff that Sirius there was saying. I wonder. I wonder. Wonder if this is the opening. Probably right. I could have been reading the lyrics, but I wasn't. I like the song. You have an after credits or anything? I don't think so. We got another minute 40 though, so maybe. Depends how long this goes. Hmm. If this is the opening, I think this is like the full version of it, right? God. Okay, so Regulus is here. Sirius is here. Gluttony. We have some kind of information on gluttony, right? There, it feels like we're all converging on this city, right? We've set up this idea of the city being a trap. I feel like that means something, obviously, right? What the main thing of this episode that feels like is very important is all of these things from people's pasts coming up again, right? Uh, Reinhard with all this stuff. I mean, Wilhelm with all this stuff with Reinhard. Amelia seeing Regulus, Garfield seeing his mother, all of that. There's all these things, right, from people's pasts, right? I wonder. Accepting the past? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, okay. God, we'll talk about the episode in the discussion. Before we talk about the episode, we gotta watch the break time. We're watching these after every episode, so let's watch the break time real quick. Ooh, with Rem? I see. Of course. Don't pull on them, please. Literally. Should have known it would happen. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh god, don't say that. God. So sad that Rem isn't here for any of this, How would she feel about everything that's happened? Ooh. Well, what's your means, though, right? Okay, okay. Not like you, Rem, right? What is wrong with that? What do you mean? Come on. No, she accepted it, right? Oh. Impossible to know, right? Ooh, yeah. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. I wonder about that. Okay, now we will talk about the episode in the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. So this is an hour and a half long. I think we would all go insane if I did my normal thing of like going through the entire episode a second at a time and talking about every line of dialogue, right? The discussion would be 2 hours long, right? That would be ridiculous, right? No one has time for that. Come on. So I mean, first of all, very very good episode, right? Very good episode. First episode of the season. It really, man, I mean, it was a movie practically, right? A movie with certainly not like a movie structure in any way. It's not like we have any amount of any kind of conclusion or anything, right? Um, if I had to say, like what I'm trying to, since this is a new season, what I'm trying to do and trying to figure out as quickly as I can, I guess, is just like what the general like theme or general like the purpose, the lesson that we will learn across this arc, across this season, right? Which right now, something that this episode makes me think about is how much like people's like regrets in their past, right? Unresolved things in the past comes up for like all of these characters, right? There's this whole thing with Garfield and this, I mean, we don't know anything about this, but with his mother and all of this, right? And his whole kind of the whole thing that preceded this, him thinking about him not being strong enough to protect people he cares about, that kind of thing. Uh, with Subaru, especially in the break time, for one, there's the stuff with Rem, um, which is very, I mean, that in and of itself, of course, that represents a very big like regret in like Subaru's past, right? There's this dynamic between Wilhelm and Reinhard and their whole family, right? There's a lot of stuff like that, right? There's Regulus, there's Regulus showing up, right? And which is certainly part of Amelia's past, even if she doesn't recognize him, right? I mean, it must be like unbelievable. I mean, like, yeah, I just it must be unbelievable to her to think that this guy exists and is still around, you know? I mean, and let alone, I mean, it's memories that are have to be so weird and like hazy and so indistinct for her because she just got them back and they're just, so yeah, she doesn't recognize him, right? So yeah, that in and of itself is a very interesting thing. I don't know if I'm really getting on to anything there or not though, right? The idea of like this idea of like regrets in the past and resolving like stuff like that. Because I feel like for any like long running story like this, that's just kind of how it works, right? There's always gonna be things from the past that come up again and all of that, So I don't know if I'm really on to anything with that or not, right? Um, the other like big interesting thing that of course I want to read into is everything that Sirius here says. The Archbishop of Wrath, right? She's immediately a very interesting character. I don't I don't know what to think of this at all. She says all this stuff about like wanting people to be connected, wanting I see, it's very interesting. Her whole attitude, I'm not sure how to relate it to the idea of wrath, right? Like for one, she's a new archbishop, so I want to try and relate her in some way to the actual Witch of Greed, right? But how would you say? I mean, the problem with that too, right? For one, I don't know how I would relate her to Minerva. I haven't really thought about it yet. It's a problem with all of them, though, right? How would you relate Regulus to Echidna, right? I guess you kind of can, like in a sense, you can say that they're similar in some ways in terms of their attitude and the way they like interact with others, right? The way they think about themselves and all of that. Like maybe, but that's just kind of like a surface level thing in my mind, right? I don't know how you would relate this character to Minerva, really, right? But maybe, I mean, maybe her attitude, you could say, is somewhat, she keeps like her attitude is weird. I don't even know how to describe it, right? And maybe you could say, and in some sense, it's similar um to Minerva. Like maybe, right? I just don't even know, right? I'm so sorry, thank you. She says something about this later too, about saying I'm so sorry, thank you, and all of this. Which what it immediately makes me think of is that thing back in season one, right? How you should say thank you instead of I'm sorry to someone, right? When someone does something for you, all of that. But like I guess this character has this weird thing about like it feels like this idea of everyone being like connected in this way, which very much like shows through this power that she uses to drop this kid off this thing and kill everyone instantly, right? Um it's very interesting. Borrowing your time today, because there's something I absolutely must be certain of. She kind of just rambles on, right? She kind of just rambles on and on and on and on and on about nonsense for a long time, right? She has this weird effect on all of these characters that like I just don't even know, right? It affects everyone. Like Subaru's attitude about her is immediately very weird, right? She just introduced herself as a Sin Archbishop. Subaru like doesn't react to that in any way, and then obviously later on they all literally have like red eyes and they're all very clearly being affected and are acting crazy, right? Hmm. Yeah, yeah, she's so weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about it at all. Where is what she says about I'm sorry and thank you? Thing I want to make certain of is a matter of love. So we bring up the idea of love, just like with Petal Geese, right? Petal Geese's idea of love was interesting. Her idea of love, I mean, what even is it, right? What even is this idea of love? Um she brings out this kid that she's kidnapped who's in love with someone, right? Every time I feel that, it makes me want to give thanks. We can forgive each other and yield to each other. That's why I say thank you and I'm sorry together. Because it's like they're all in this together. It's this idea of everyone being like connected through like the world in this way, you know? Um, which is so how does that relate to Wrath though? How does that relate to Wrath? I don't even know, right? I guess you could say, in a sense, like what she does to all of these people, all of their reaction towards this horrible thing that she's doing, where she's kidnapped this kid and she throws him down and they start clapping. I guess you could say that's wrathful in a way, right? All of them have this crazy, horrible attitude and say these crazy things about this. But is that not just her having some weird effect on them, right? What is that? What is that? You know? I don't know. I don't know, right? A 9-year-old boy who lives here in Pristella. What a promising future. A little girl named Tina he's in love with. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he's someone in love, and to have him assist her, and the way that she assists him is to kill all of these people. I mean, she just commits like mass murder on all of these people for some reason. She specifically pointed out 3 people. She pointed to Subaru in the crowd. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, well, we'll talk about it. So, like, yeah, yeah. This is truly wonderful. You all understand. He conducted himself with love, after all. They all thank her. How beautiful, how nice. Rifts are born when we don't know each other. Hostility is born when we don't share with each other. If we give up because we're different, bonds cannot be born. What are your hearts telling you right now? We won't give up on anyone. Our hearts are one. So everyone's hearts become one. What does that mean exactly, right? Like is it just Sirius's like desires and her attitude imprinted upon everyone else? Is that what she does here? Because they all act, because it's almost like they all turn into her, right? Like with their behavior and the way they react to the situation, you know? Hmm. Commend your bravery. It truly does exist. It truly is love here. So I guess it's this idea that love is like not even just understanding another person, but like literally like being them, almost, right? The way that whatever this weird effect that she has on all of these people is, right? Like this, you know? Hmm. Make your hearts one, right? Throws them down and they all die. Yeah, what a kind world. So weird. I guess I just wanted to cover that scene first, just because I wanted to see if there was something I could get from her speech, reading it a second time, in terms of like the theme of this, or it's all related to this idea of love. It makes me think of like what she says about what love is, right? Like everyone's hearts being one in that way, right? How does that relate to like Subaru? How does that relate to all of these characters that all have like this relation to this idea of love? I guess that's another thing that in this season, of course, comes up is like Wilhelm and Reinhard, them being family, their love for each other, Garfield and his mother. Um, Lots of things like that, right? What even is love anyway, right? What does it mean for your heart to be like one with another's, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think, right? It's almost like, hmm, you have to be able to accept differences between you and other people, I suppose, right? Which Sirius's attitude here seems to maybe be to the contrary of that, I guess. I don't we just have so many questions, right? There's just no way to know. There's just no way to know, right? There is no way to know. I guess it's too early. It's too early. I guess what I'm thinking, which god, I don't want to get super out of order here, I guess. I don't want to get super out of order in this discussion, but maybe that's just how it's going to be. We talk about when we get to Pristella, we talk about like all this the origin of this city. It was built on a lake and was created to be like a trap, right? Where's this? Where I swear the conversation was like here somewhere, right? I swear it was. Um, Boat around the canals, the part on land ended up very complicated. Maybe it was after this. There's some point where they talk about it like being a trap, right? The city itself, which does that have something to do with what is going on here with all of these Sin Archbishops being here? Maybe. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. The city itself was meant to be a trap. It makes sense that they built it so on the water. Wait, sorry. It makes sense that they built it so the water would easily collect in the center. So this place is a trap, which sounds very insidious. Beatrice says no one knows. There's no record to explain what the trap was for. All of these Sin Archbishops are here, right? Is the idea to spring the trap, whatever that is, whatever the purpose of it is, to just kill everyone? Because all Sirius does in this episode is just commit mass murder for seemingly no reason, right? But what does that have to do with this idea of the city being a trap? I am really not sure. What are they trying to accomplish? What are they trying to achieve? Is it all relating to Amelia? Is it I guess we just don't know, right? It has to be this idea of the city being a trap has to come up again, though, right? Certainly so. You know, Regulus, when he sees Amelia later in the episode, he acts kind of weird. Oh God, where was that? I don't know where that was in the episode. He acts kind of weird about her. He says something about like her hair and is being all creepy and weird. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. God, where was that in the episode? I clicked on it perfectly earlier, but now I can't find it. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. It's too early to like theorize about it, I suppose. Um, it's terrifying. It is terrifying that they're all here. Let's say that. Also, since Regulus is here, it makes me wonder about Pandora. It makes me wonder about Pandora. Because that's another thing in this episode. We have all of these moments of all of these characters showing up again from like the past, right? It feels like these unresolved like regrets of the past almost, right? Pandora is very much that for Amelia in a way, right? This unresolved thing from her past. I wonder if she will show up again, right? It's just because Regulus is here, it makes me think she will be here too, right? Unlike all the other witches, right? There's no reason to think she is dead, you know. I guess in that sense, there's no reason to think if Hector is dead or not either. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. It is an interesting question. Okay, let's. I guess we're just start going through it more. So it's been a year. It's been a year. That's kind of the important part of this opening here. It's been a year since Subaru, since season 2, right? It's been a year since Subaru died. It's been a year since so many things. I just that's so big. That's so big for so many reasons. Because one, think about like Subaru's head, right? What do you think's been going through his head for the past year? That he hasn't died, that nothing horrible has happened, right? So many possibilities, like in his thoughts, you know, like feeling like he really like solved everything. Maybe like the same feeling I had at the end of season 2. How I felt like everything was just over, that we did it, right? That we won, you know? That it was, everything has been resolved, you know? And then for him, a year goes by and he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't die. Nothing horrible happens. Where, they might have had some problems, might have had some issues over that course of that year, but nothing that we had to see. So it couldn't have been anything that bad, you know? So I just wonder, because Return by Death really is like this, it feels like a prison for Subaru in a lot of ways, you know? It's like this horrible, it can certainly feel like this horrible thing, you know? So I wonder if Subaru felt like he was like free, you know? That it was, right? Until this episode where it all comes back and it's all back again. So I just immediately wonder how he's going to react, right? We see him at the end of this episode not reacting well, right? Like the memories that must come back to him right after dying right there, Return by Death activating again. Oh God, just I bet he's not. It is not going to be good. I imagine, right? Like, man, I don't know. I don't know. And the fact, not to like completely derail, and the fact that this is so bad, right? This is so bad. The Sin Archbishop Arath Sirius is right there, right now. Like it happens in like 5 minutes from now, and Subaru's checkpoint is right here, right? What do we do? What do we do? You have to go. Like, I literally don't know, right? What should Subaru's play be? Should he immediately try and like I tell people that he somehow just knows what's gonna happen? I feel like that's what he has to do. He has to immediately be like, Beatrice, there's a crazy woman who's about to kill a bunch of people. We gotta go blow her up right now. We have 5 minutes, right? Like, I guess, right? I just, But how powerful is she? We just have no idea, right? And can we even do that? Her weird power, whatever it is, worked on Subaru immediately, right? He was certainly very, very susceptible to it, you know? So, oh, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. I don't know. Can we even do anything? Is it already just too late? Is there already nothing we can do? She's gonna commit mass murder and we can't stop her? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Let alone, I mean, it depends on what her goal through doing this is, right? I imagine that the witch's cult and her, by extension of that, their goal isn't, oh, we're gonna kill 100 people for fun, right? Maybe that's what she does in her spare time, but I don't know. I'm so worried. I'm so worried about all of that. I'm so worried about Subaru, you know? Like, God, just think about it. Just think about it in his head. How it just, all of these memories just must come rushing back, right? When was the last time he died, right? Wasn't it the last time he died? Like, his fucking, that was hell, right? It was horrible the last time he died, right? Like, the worst death ever. So, oh, God. The memories that must come rushing back when it's just back again, you know. I feel like I would just have this horrible like PTSD about it, you know, to just know. Like he must have this horrible sinking feeling of just knowing that it's starting again and that he's back in it again, right? And that oh God. After how awful all of his experiences and just the last season alone were, right? Up until we managed to solve everything, you know. Like he just immediately must be thinking, "Oh God, what if it's just this again?" You know. The difference, of course, the difference is we have all of these people on our side. We have all of this, you know. We have all of these people. We have all of these connections. We have everything so different. It should be so different. It should be so fixable. You know. It should be. We should so be able to do this. You know. That's all I can hope. That's all I can hope. Right. Oh God. Anyway, I love seeing Beatrice. I love seeing Betty just out and about and being happy and being, you know, it's so great. It's so great. It's amazing. And Subaru's training on his obstacle course. Very nice. Very nice. Here's Mimi. This creature is really something, isn't she? um, you know what? There's something just unsettling about her to me, right? I'm only like half joking. She's fine. I think she's like actually in all honesty, you know, I think she's an interesting character. Her attitude, she like when she was talking to Garfield later in the episode about all that stuff about just like the idea of like negative thoughts and everything, and she's just like, why not just not have them, you know? That's kind of her thing, right? I imagine this thing right here has never had a bad thought enter its head ever, right? She is unblemished by such things, you know. I love the way Subaru just like holds her like this, you know? She probably weighs 20 pounds. I don't know. Julius is not here, but instead we meet his brother, Joshua. Which it's he immediately I don't know if we're doing much with it right away, but his attitude is interesting towards his brother. Because when he introduces himself here in a moment, my knights. I love that. I love that. When he introduces himself here in a moment, he says, he starts introducing himself with his name, with like, I'm gonna say, oh, I'm Joshua Jaculius, right? But no, he corrects himself and says, I have come here as a messenger for Anastasia Hoshin. My name is Joshua Jaculius. Yeah, so it's like he wants to state his position before stating his name, which I guess it's like a small thing. I just think that is an interesting thing that probably says something about him as a character, right? Um, he has this attitude about his brother. He certainly thinks his brother is really great and all of this, right? But it makes you think, how does he feel about himself, right? How does he feel about himself? How does he feel about his position and all of this, you know? Um, the fact that he felt the need to define himself, to introduce himself as the messenger before saying, "Oh, I'm Joshua." I don't know. It's just it makes me think. It makes me think about the way that he thinks about himself, right? Especially because of him thinking his brother is so awesome and cool and all that, right? Which I guess he is, but God, Subaru, like you can't be saying this to all these people. Like, come on. Yeah, Beatrice is their daughter, of course. Amelia's done some studying on how babies work. Thank you. Thank you, Amelia. Beatrice is a great spirit. You know, this is something we haven't really talked about that much, but I wonder, like, what even is a great spirit anyway? How does that distinction work? Like, is there a how's it work? I don't know. I don't know. It's something, I guess. Hmm. So Joshua is here to give us the message from Anastasia, which is it's about Puck. It is about which is another thing that is just another. It's like this regret. It's like this unresolved thing in the past for Amelia is what happened to Puck in season 2, right? The fact that she doesn't have him anymore, and that's what Anastasia is using to lure Amelia out to uh Pristella, right? Um, which okay, I don't know how far down to this wormhole to go, or this rabbit hole to go, but it's very interesting that all of these Sin Archbishops are in Pristella right now, doing crazy shit, when all of the members of the royal candidacy, including Amelia, are also here right now, brought here by Anastasia. I don't know. Is there I wonder, like, here's the thing, that doesn't mean anything about, it could be as simple as there's someone like, well, it depends on what the witch's cult's goal is. I was gonna say, like, it's very interesting that Anastasia, like, created the situation where they're all here in Fristella right now, when all of the witch's cult members and all the witch cult members also show up at the same time, right? But that doesn't mean anything about Anastasia working with them or anything, obviously, because it could be as simple as them having, like, a single spy anywhere in the entire Anastasia camp or something, right? For them to all know that all of them are going to be here, right? I guess there's any number of ways that the witch's cult could know, assuming that the witch's cult's goal has something to do with the fact that all of the royal candidate members are in Pristella right now, which I assume, right? Would they want to do that? Would they want to kill them all? Maybe. I don't know why, but perhaps, perhaps, right? I guess. Perhaps. And obviously it's like Anastasia is also kind of just like a scary character, right? The fact that she's trying to like, yeah, create like this indebtedness in Amelia for her, right? That's it's very interesting, right? And I don't know what I think about this desire in the first place either, this desire to get Puck back and all of that. Obviously there's nothing wrong with that. Um because I don't think for Amelia it comes from this idea of wanting Puck to like assume the same position he was in for her before. Because Puck was kind of like this shield for her, right? It was kind of like this. He really protected her from like the outside world almost in a way, from her own memories, all of that. I don't think Amelia wants that again, or at least she better not. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a very it's such a precise like attack on her feelings almost. What Anastasia is doing here. Hmm. So Pristella is the Watergate City, which is very, yeah, it has all this, it's in the middle of a lake, and when it rains, the whole city ends up underwater. So the city is surrounded by tall walls, and there are several water gates that control the water level. Does that have something to do with it being a trap? Does that, is the trap just for the whole city to flood and everyone dies? Like, I guess that's quite the trap, right? But why? Why, right? Hmm. Interesting. Are these like the magical crystals that like tell time from the break times? I think they are, right? They change color right now as like the sun is like setting or whatever. Sure. We talked to Rosewall, good old Rosewall. I wonder. I seems like he's probably not gonna have much of a part to play in this arc if he's just gonna be back at the mansion, huh? Same with Ram, I guess. Sadly, man, his his position still in the whole Amelia camp is very interesting. I don't know. Of course I don't know what to think about Rosewall, right? Who would? So yeah, we're bringing Oto and Garfield. So yeah, no Frederica, no Rosewall, no Ram. I guess they had plenty of stuff last season, I suppose, right? No Petra again. We need Petra to do some stuff. Oto and Garfield. I love that Oto and Garfield and everyone are just truly proper parts of the whole business now. It's great. It's great. Oh, and Subaru goes and talks to Rim, which the break time's about this too. Oh, I miss her so much. This really is. It's like this Subaru's biggest regret, right? It has to be. Well, this and also all the stuff between his parents, right? And before he got to this world. This is something that feels much more within his grasp, you know? But I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Rem. Hmm. This is Garfield running outside of the carriage is ridiculous. Like, he's doing the Naruto run. Someone needs to have a talk with him about his behavior. Okay, we talk about the standings of all of the royal candidates a little bit, right? Anastasia and Krush were on the top, right? Krush has lost all of her memories and has really suffered from that, unfortunately. Anastasia has kind of just been on a constant upward trend, right? So was Amelia though, right? Everyone saw Amelia as the, no chance at all. But her standings have improved greatly because of all this stuff that happened, right? Priscilla is very God, she's kind of the really scary one, right? Oh, the Sun Princess. Yeah, yeah. Felt. I think Felt is very interesting. I feel like Felt is the true. If anyone other than Amelia is going to become the ruler, I imagine it being Felt. Just because Felt is so, I feel like she has this reach that all the other ones like don't. Right? She's so like normal compared to all of the other candidates, right? And Amelia, right? Amelia's the other like normal one. In my mind, right? Um, and she's able to appeal to like people like this so much so, right? Like I imagine people who live in the slums and have awful lives and stuff, right? They're in poverty and all of this. It's like the system that the royalty themselves represent has like failed them, right? Normally, I assume they just wouldn't care, right? Like whoever the royal candidates are, or whatever, it wouldn't matter to them, right? Because none of it's going to do anything to help them. But Felt, I think she's kind of in a different position, right? I think because she's one of them, right? She's able to relate to them and able to, and she's so like actually like earnest and genuine about it. Yeah, yeah. She proactively brought them to her side, and her flexible ideas and perspectives, she initiated massive reforms in the domain. Right, right. And she has Reinhardt on her side, which we gotta talk about Reinhardt, that is for sure. And yeah, Krush has really. God, I don't even know what I want for Krush. I feel so bad for her. God. Anastasia Son has a big business called the Hoshin Company. Yeah, so Anastasia has all the money behind her, right? Which is another reason why she's the scariest one. Right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. But Oto, I mean, if anyone can negotiate with her, I guess it would be Oto. I like what Oto says here about the carriage and relates it to like their situation, right? How it's all of these things come together. Natsuki-san being in the reins, Beatrice-chan watching him to make sure he doesn't neglect his duty. Garfield keep an eye on the surroundings. Oto coming up with the carriage's itinerary, and Amelia riding along in the carriage itself, right? It's such an idea that I think old Amelia, and like before all the stuff happened in season 2, she would hate that idea. I think, right? The idea that she's just in a carriage that other people are bringing her along in, right? Like as an analogy for like her situation. But she's able to accept it now. She's able to accept the help of others, right? Instead of viewing it in that weird like way that she did before. It's very good. It's very good. And Subaru gets real jealous. Like, Subaru, you gotta get over this. Come on. We've arrived at Pristella, which, God, look at it. It looks crazy, right? It looks crazy. Man, I can't even imagine what goes into building a city on a lake, right? This has to be the worst place to build a city possible. Like, why not build it down here on the land, right? Well, it was supposed to be a trap, right? I mean, whatever that even means, right? Like, is this like a Full Metal Alchemist situation? It's a giant like, it's they're gonna cast some spell that kills everyone or something. Like, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, and they're very harsh like policies about letting people in and all of this. Very interesting, very interesting. I mean, it's a very pretty city. It's very nice. It's very cool. It was built on a lake using 400-year-old technology. Its construction is strange, but considering that the city itself was meant to be a trap, it makes sense they built it so the water can collect in the center. No one knows what they were building it for, right? I mean, is the trap for this right now? Because it feels like we're walking into a trap, doesn't it? Like whatever's going on right now, we've arrived at Pristella, we're trapped here. And, like it's very much a trap because like Subaru's respawn point is in Pristella, right? Obviously it's not like the days before they got here, so they have no choice but to be here, right? No escape, no escape rope, you know? I don't know. It feels like we're trapped. That's for sure. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. We got the dragon boat, the carriages. Very cool. Very cool. We got all this Japanese architecture from the place, yeah, place where Anastasia is from, right? Kararagi, right? Which is very interesting. I mean, Subaru thinks the same thing. That's how there has to be other people from Japan that have been to this world. Which, like, one, I guess my question is, why? How? Right? Why are people from Japan being brought to this world all the time? Right? Like, how is that? Why Japan? Why here? What is bringing them here? Right? Like, everything Satella brought Subaru here, sure, who brought all the other people here, right? If all this happened 400, if it's been hundreds of years that this Japanese architecture has been in this world, how many other people have been brought here from other worlds or from Japan? I mean, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, right? What's doing that? Is it all Satella? Like, I don't know why it would be. Maybe. I guess there's no reason to think otherwise or to think in favor of. But I don't know. I don't know. I love Subaru's attitude towards Julius. God. They have a nice talk later about the whole thing about Julius like being himself. How Julius it feels like he defines himself so much by being a knight, of course, right? And he's unable to act and in certain ways and express himself in certain ways because he's a knight, right? Like the weight of that title and all of that. Well, Subaru still does, and it's seen in Subaru's behavior as almost like a disrespect of that title in a way. At least that's how Julius kind of sees it. Because he said like, "Oh, I can't praise you as a knight for acting like that." So I don't know. I can kind of see it both ways in terms of like their attitude about it. I guess my take would be like, yeah, it's probably would be a good thing if Julius can just act like himself, right? That'd probably be good, right? It's probably not a good thing to define yourself entirely through your role and not be able to be yourself. But I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It makes me think about Reinhard too, because Reinhard is such a weird character, isn't he? His attitude, the way he acts, he seems so inhuman, doesn't he? He seems so. I mean, he seems like God, right? Like he's untouchable. He seems so above everyone else, right? Unlike Priscilla or Regulus, he doesn't have this crazy ego, right? It feels like he lacks an ego at all. It feels like he doesn't engage with other people in a normal way at all, in my mind, right? His attitude is so strange, and I don't think it's a good thing for him. I don't think it's a good thing for him. I don't really think it's condescension in any way. I think it's easy to take it like that just because he is all powerful, seemingly, right? Um, I don't know. And is that power? Does that power make it impossible for him to feel like he can interact with others in a normal way, right? He's always so proper. He's always so just kind and all of that. It just doesn't feel like he is acting in like a genuine way, I suppose, right? And I guess maybe that's where the idea of condescension would come from, right? If you take Reinhard's attitude to be disingenuous, right? But I guess that's not really what I mean. I don't think he's really putting on a front. I just wonder if he's unable to act any differently, right? Like why does he act like this? Basically what I'm trying to say is it's like it's really hard to imagine Reinhard being able to have like a normal relationship, right? Like um he feels so like conflict averse, which I guess you can't blame him because he's like all powerful, right? So the idea of conflict to him, it feels like it almost doesn't exist because he can just snap his fingers and it's over. So he never really has to deal with it. Um Physically, at the very least, but then you would think that the idea of emotional conflict would be something he has to deal with, which we do see in this episode through his father and all of this, but Reinhardt doesn't really say or do anything about it, right? Felt, if anything, kind of tells him how he should be acting about the situation. Which is very interesting. Which is very interesting. And Otto gets snubbed yet again. How many times does this happen? God. So yeah, it's very, very properly Japanese. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Wafu architecture, huh? So Hoshin of the Wilderness. So I guess this Hoshin guy, 400 years ago, all this stuff 400 years ago, must have been from another world, according to Subaru, right? Assumedly so. Assumedly so. Which is interesting. Which is very interesting. Hmm. It's interesting that specifically he brought over all of these ideas of Japanese architecture and all of this, you know. Subaru hasn't really done anything like that. You know, he's really wanted to he's really embraced being in the new world and everything, you know, not I don't know. I don't know. I guess we don't really know enough about it for me to theorize that much, I suppose. So Anastasia tells us all this stuff about this idea of this crystal that we could get for Puck, the man whose heart was stolen by the songstress. The songstress maniac, and that songstress is Liliana, who's a very interesting character. She is very good at singing. I won't lie that she is very good at singing. We talk about this tower, this meteor of a very complex construction. That's a very strange way to use the word meteor. I don't know, like what is it being a meteor like mean? You know? I don't know. I don't know. Subaru's seasick. Unfortunately, he dies. But we get split up. It's what this reminded me of, which I think is interesting, is like season one, like when he had to rush to like the royal capital to like get himself involved in Amelia's business and all of that, and how it went so horribly. It kind of we almost get a repeat of that. It's very different, right? It's very different. It's nothing nearly as bad and not nearly the same because it's not like Subaru butting in on something that he shouldn't be involved in, I guess. But it feels like that, right? How he just shows up at these negotiations with Liliana and ruins everything. But who knows? Who knows? As long as I'm holding your hand, the heartwarming power cancels it out. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. So we get lost, and we come across Juliana. She has a very beautiful voice, very nice song. It's a very sad, depressing song. No dreams, no anything. Who's a pathetic person. God. Is that a song about Subaru? Like, Jesus. Subaru gets owned. Unlucky. So, Liliana, did I call her Juliana? Liliana. Um, is a very she sings this song about age differences in love. What a nice, yeah, what a nice, heartwarming, beautiful song, Liliana. Thank you, thank you. Very nice. And Subaru is just so in sync with her, right? Hey, this is love, right? This is what Sirius would say love is, I guess, right? He's we've set aside our differences, you know. Sure, sure. Um, so she is the songstress, which the Haji Kuji reference right here. She's the songstress, which I just as we were watching the episode, I assumed the songstress would be some kind of much more like official position or something, but no, she's just some random homeless bard who lives off of donations, which probably is probably a pretty rough life, huh? He mentions pedal geese, and she tells us all this, yeah, all of the stories around Natsuki Subaru, the little girl user. Which how did he even get that title from? There were no little girls involved in all of season one for him. Like, come on, like he didn't. The white whale and all that had nothing, you know. Like it's just Beatrice. Like, come on, that's such a bad nickname. Come on. She recounts all of our great tales. Right, right. As she collapses to the ground, like, and yeah, and everything is ruined when she runs inside and destroys negotiations. And God, what's this guy's name again? Oh, I don't even know if they say it here, but I need to remember this guy's name. Hmm. Yeah, negotiations ruined. We blow up. Right, right, right. Of course, of course. And we run into Regulus. So Regulus is here. What do I think about that? Well, Amelia doesn't recognize him. Which like probably makes sense, right? Like again, it's like it must be like weird hazy memories that she has from all that stuff from 100 years ago, and all, you know, like It's not like she, yeah, no, I think it makes sense that she doesn't recognize him. It's also funny she doesn't recognize him because of his whole, like, crazy thing about thinking he's so important and all of that. He would be so offended by people not recognizing him, right? Like, surely. He has the crazy thing about, like, being mad about having to introduce himself and all of this, you know? So, I don't know, I don't know. I think it's very funny. Um, he is weird. I found myself captivated by you for a moment. That lovely silver hair of yours. Such an attitude for him to have. He must know who Amelia is, of course, right? I mean, she looks just like Satella. He's part of the witches cult, right? So obviously he, right, right. Hmm. Very strange. Of course, Subaru's never seen him before at all, right? Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's also very interesting that Regulus doesn't react in a crazy way right now, right? I feel like normally if someone talked to him the way Subaru just did, he would kill them instantly, but he doesn't, right? My reasons for clinging to all of you are shallow for now. When another opportunity arises, fate will bring us back together on its own. Very interesting. Huh? Very interesting. God. I don't know. I don't know. What's the plan? What are we here to do, right? I guess if the plan was just to kill Amelia, he could have just killed her right then and there, and yet he didn't. So, I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I'm trying to think. Man, our problem right now is I have no idea what the Witches Cult is doing here, what they want, what their plan is, what pieces are even in play, all of this. We're very much, I guess, the first episode, right? There's all of this. I just can't even begin to theorize about what we're even gonna do about anything, right? What there even is to do about. Anyway, here's this dude from back in season 1 who killed Subaru a couple times or whatever, beat him up and stuff, right? God. Yeah. And he is part of the Felt camp now, which I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah. And Reinhard walks up behind us. Garfield immediately has this reaction to him, right? He must like sense him, how like powerful he is and attacks him. And Reinhard just has no reaction at all. Literally no reaction, right? This is the kind of thing. This is the kind of attitude right here, right? The way he's acting, the way he's acting and behaving with Garfield trying to punch him. Um that people can definitely interpret as like condescension, right? Like for sure, right? Like Reinhardt feeling like he's so far above everyone else, and maybe it's almost like his attitude, the way he talks to everyone, so properly in all of this is an attempt to make people not see him in that way, right? Um, it doesn't really work, right? Like I feel like the way he acts right now would just make people feel that about him even more so. So I don't know. What we really need to know for me to have like a better read on Reinhardt and to like say more about him as a character all of is why his father and Wilhelm formerly blamed him for Teresia's death. That is what we really need to know, I think, right? How much did all of that shape why he acts the way he does, right? How much does the attitude that his father and his grandfather has towards him um how much does that influence the way that he acts and why he's like this? Because he's so. It's not good. There's no way the way he acts is like good, I think, right? Like, certainly. I don't know. And I guess the position that he's in, being so powerful, it's probably very difficult to like engage with other people like normally. Because he's like this, he's God, right? It's like what do you do? I don't know. I don't know. All of this isn't for me to say that I like dislike Reinhardt. Reinhardt, of course, right? I don't think there's like I don't view him as like condescending. I just think the way he acts, the way he engages with other people is probably not very like healthy for him. I think, right? We haven't had that many scenes with him. I guess we don't know him very well, right? I just think if anything, it's just the one scene later when his father is here and what Felt says to him. God, we're only 30 minutes in, and Felt says to him, um, it felt like Felt had to like tell him how he should act in this situation, right? It's like Reinhardt's attitude would just be to sit there with a smile and just say nothing. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very interested to get more into it. I'm not going to be like concrete in anything I'm saying right now. We'll see. We'll see. known as Amelia-sama's shield, right? And he doesn't want to shake his hand. Yeah. I'm sorry if I've offended you. I'll be more careful, right? It's like that. That's the kind of attitude that I'm talking about, you know? Where I wonder where that comes from for him. How much of it is related to this whole thing about Teresia? And I guess just how much of it probably just comes from how powerful he is and all of that, and where, you know? Yeah, yeah. Huh. Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, he Ratchins here, works for Felt, of course. So we go to this meeting. Everyone's here now. Krush, Ferris, what's up? What is up? It has been forever. Wilhelm, yeah, yeah. What a happy coincidence, huh? They won't look each other in the eye. Very interesting. I wonder, does Reinhard blame himself? How does Reinhard feel about Teresia's death, right? Does he blame himself for some reason? I don't know. I don't know. Can find an excuse to invite her. Right, of course that's how it always is, right? Came here to Pristella is because Anastasia-sama said she had info regarding the Sin Archbishop of Gluttony. Of course Super reacts angrily to that, obviously. It's the same thing that got under her skin so much about Anastasia in Season 1, right? Krush wanting her memories back is very interesting, because it's just from Krush's perspective, the person that she is now, so different than before, right? Because it's so much your memories, like, form who you are. It must be so weird, right? Because it's like she would change completely into from her perspective, someone that she doesn't know at all, her old self, if she did get her memories back, you know? Which is it's very interesting. I don't know what to think about it, you know? Hmm. I like her, of course, right? She is interesting. Felt is here as well, naturally. I love Felt. Felt's even better. Felt's attitude towards Reinhardt is good. It's very good. It's what we need. Such a weird city, indeed. Indeed. Felt is another person that I think, in terms of like this whole negotiation with Anastasia, would be good at it, right? So Garfield gets this thing under his skin because of that interaction with Reinhardt there about not being strong enough and all of this, right? He feels his whole thing about needing to be super strong is all because it's like, you know, he wants to protect people he cares about, right? It all goes back to the whole thing about the sanctuary and in the outside world and what happened with his mother and everything, right? Betty and Yukata. Very great. Everyone in Yukata, actually. A fever of love. Right, right. God, let me read this again. I heard in the bath that my useless knight was mean to your blonde buddy. Felt Sama, he and I simply had a little misunderstanding, that's all. In truth, he is frighteningly talented for his age. That condescension with a total lack of self-awareness isn't convincing at all. Interesting that she reads it that way. I don't know. I don't know. God. I absolutely have ulterior motives regarding you too, so then everyone just falls silent and walks away. Like, God, this scene between Garfield and Elsa is really something, right? He's really haunted by it, right? I mean, it's another like regret, another like ghost of the past, right? Yeah, yeah. That he worries so much about his own strength, right? His ability to protect people he cares about and all of that, you know? Because it must have felt, I don't know if that's how it felt for him, that he could have been so close to not being able to defeat her, and what would have happened, you know? What would have happened? Hmm. She can't chill out. Literally, exactly, right? Can't just get to be the strongest out of nowhere. Still in the middle of making my climb. Exactly, exactly. You'll get there eventually. It's a long path. Garfield has to save all these kids on this boat that almost die, which, like, man. And he starts telling them the, you know, his chuny story about being the gorgeous tiger. That's really great. We have some nice Japanese food. Very nice, very nice. Betty dies when she eats some wasabi. And Garfield brings this kid back home, and we see, you know, they have green hair, blonde eyes, just like him. He has a sister. His name is Fred, just like Frederica. And then their mother, is this literally their mother? Right? I think it is, right? I guess the two like because the other option is just Garfield seeing like is it just says something emotionally about Garfield and all of this, right? Seeing like himself in some way between these kids and this mother and all of this, right? But no, I think this literally is his mother, which I just don't know what to make about that at all, right? Like, I guess, right? I guess certainly looks like her. Certainly looks like her, doesn't it? Which were her memories eaten? Were her memories eaten by gluttony? Is that what happened? God. Oh God. I don't know. I don't know. And then what happens after that? What happens after that, right? Oh God. Where did Garfield go? Where did we, Oh man. I don't know. I don't know. Wilhelm and Subaru come out and have a talk about Wilhelm's feelings, about Reinhard and all of this, This the problem in their relationship, right? Wilhelm blamed him for Theresia's death. The things I thought before swinging the sword, and the things that swinging it made me think about, were what solely shaped who I am. And now he thinks about his wife every time he swings his sword. My wife made me realize this obvious truth. Ever since then, whenever I swing a sword, I think of my wife, which must feel like such a... Oh, I can't even imagine, right? As long as I carry a sword, I'll continue to think of her. Yeah, the connection between them. And Subaru says she was the sword saint, but she wouldn't even want to be remembered as that. Yeah, she'd want to be remembered as an ordinary woman who loved flowers, right? The heroes who leave their names upon history are not heroes every single moment of their lives. Yeah. There's only this small amount of it that's carried on into the future of who you were, right? Yeah. There's so much more to Subaru than like what Liliana said about him and all that stuff, I'm convinced that when there is something you cannot do alone, you are able to see it through by gathering others who cannot do things alone. I'm just an insignificant, hopeless good for nothing. I don't say that about yourself, Subaru, please. God. Why can I not speak this way of my own grandson? It's hard, right? It's easier to talk with a stranger. Subaru's not a stranger, really, but you know what I mean, right? Than it is with someone that you have all of these emotional hangups with, right? It has to be so hard. 3 regrets in my life that I can make no excuses for. Blaming him for her death. How awful, right? Cause of the rift between my grandson and me. Yeah. I wonder why they blame him. I wonder why they blame Reinhard for it, right? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do with the title of Sword Saint, right? However it works, right? Was because I mean we have no idea. This is just completely spitballing right now, but Reinhard's very powerful. I relate that to like is being the sword saint itself. Does that grant you a bunch of power, right? Whatever that title means in some way, right? Some kind of spiritual thing, maybe. And it's like, was Reinhard being born, him being the new sword saint, however that's decided? Did that take that title away from Theresia, make her like weaker through that somehow? And that's why she died. That's why she was unable to defeat the White Whale. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, that wouldn't be Reinhardt's fault at all for being born, right? And being the sword saint, however that works, right? I wonder. I wonder. Hmm. Yeah, I hope they get to talk. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Their talk right now doesn't go too well, but Beatrice needs to take part in the exercises every morning. Yeah, Garfield's not around. I wonder. God, I really want to know what happened after all that. I really do. I really do. McCall for him will be here in a second, and there he is. Yeah. God. Hmm. We start making breakfast. It's very nice. Yeah, Mimi's not here. Ricardo's not here. Everyone went off to where Garfield is. I feel like that has to be a key to something, right? I'm sure it will be at some point in the season, right? Obviously, our respawn point for Subaru is past the point at which all of that's already happening, right? It's not like we could, whatever's going on with Garfield is set in stone, right? So, who knows? Who knows? We start making breakfast. Everyone's terrible at it, other than Subaru and Reinhardt. um, Everyone wants to offer them to each other. Very nice, very nice. We begin the little like radio broadcast basically. It's for the yeah, it's meant for like emergency broadcasts, I suppose, but they probably just use it for like news and stuff and like weather, I don't know, that kind of thing, right? I guess yeah, if it ever rains, that's probably a big deal for everyone, you know. Sure, sure. We get a very nice song, a song about Wilhelm, and he broaches the gap between them, right? He bridges the gap between them, tries to. Very nice. But then here there Reinhardt's father shows up, who is a very interesting character. He seems very bitter. He's a vice captain of the Royal Knights. He's God, he seems incredibly bitter and like really just full of like malice and all of this towards Reinhardt, right? It's very yeah, yeah. I don't know. I can't decide how powerful this guy is, how much of it like socially and physically, I guess, right? How much of a problem this dude is gonna be, I guess, you know. Hinkle, yeah. Or Heinkel? Hmm. And I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting that Wilhelm is so upset with him because they were both kind of on the same side at one point, right? In terms of blaming Reinhardt for what happened, right? I wonder when that changed, though. Hmm. Wanted to say a few words at the celebration of the White Whale's defeat too. Ain't that right, my honored father? My old man here took a huge weight off your shoulders, didn't he? After all, he avenged the previous Sword Saint after you let her die. Yeah, yeah. Why do they feel like that, I wonder? For killing her. Not even to let her die, but for killing her, right? Interesting, interesting. Tracy Von Ashtray won't let you have it that easy. Interesting. And yeah, he doesn't have the title Von, which I guess is means something. He's just Henkel Austria. Yeah, he's very surprised by Amelia's attitude, right? She's not like what he expected. She's changed quite a bit. I love the shots we always get of her eyes, you know. Yeah, he is looking pretty lame now, I suppose. But then Priscilla shows up, and God, of course she's here too, right? She doesn't even remember Subaru, of course. Al's here, right? Remember him? He's like cool, I guess. We don't really know anything about him. He's kind of the I feel like he's like the only one in terms of like all the people that are really close, like the knights, I guess, for the royal candidate members. He's the one I feel like we know the least about, right? We've really only seen him a couple times. He has a very he has this helmet on. He looks much more like a knight than the other characters do, you know, which is very interesting. Hmm. You could have worked on taming her a little more over the past year. So Priscilla brought him here, Hinkle here. If I had a reason, because it seemed like it would be amusing. She just, yeah, tries to. I wanted to see this unsightly performance happen, right? And that seems to be the only reason. Like, so Reinhardt's like assistance of Felt, right, would be like ruined if this guy, using the, takes away the estate, I guess, right? Like the, all of, yeah, it's like this very. It just seems entirely motivated by like this familial like discontent between them. It's like so petty, right? It's just so, God. And Subaru's real. Yeah, no, I don't blame Subaru for being upset. Of course, right? I think that makes sense. He's like personally so upset by it. It makes sense Priscilla rubs him so much the wrong way, right? Her attitude about everything is very it's like what I said, it's like Regulus. I think Regulus is even worse, for sure, right? Like absolutely. I think like Priscilla, she has this positive reaction when people are able to stand their ground against her. Regulus is not like that at all. Regulus is the opposite, right? He gets much more upset if people try and stand their ground against him or anything. The heir to the Austria estate is mine. I never gave that to Reinhard, nor do I ever intend to. Yeah, yeah. Shut up and put on a confident look. That said, your sense of impending danger is on the money. Reinhardt's little mistress. The Austria family belongs to me, and I'm not going to back you. Yeah, yeah. And he's only backing, it seems like he's only backing Priscilla just for this purpose, right? Just to piss them off, right? And that really angers Priscilla, which I think makes sense with her whole thing, probably, right? Like, it's, yeah, I think because she sees what he's doing here, you know? I don't know. She has a very interesting attitude. And it's interesting that I guess Al has just earned her respect, right? I guess he is someone who has earned that respect that she is willing to give other people, and that's why he's able to like talk to her like this, right? The Yang sword. Interesting, interesting. Schult, another member of her camp, I suppose. Gonna run us out and go back to the Domain Lord. If that were the case, what would you do? Throw in the towel and turn the tail like a good little girl? Of course she won't, right? I'm surprised that Felt isn't another character that Priscilla has, like, this kind of respect for, right? Because Felt is someone that, yeah, would never give in to Priscilla. And I feel like that is the kind of thing that Priscilla respects, right? It's like when Subaru was willing to lick her foot in season 1, right? And throw himself away completely. That's when she said, like, I hate you, and I'm gonna ruin your life forever, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she does. Maybe she does respect Felt in some way, right? That's what you minor characters are in this play for. Make you weep and regret over that arrogance of yours. God. And yeah, here Super and Julius have their little talk. We kind of talked about this already. About Julius's attitude about being a knight and everything, right? Yeah, yeah. Armoring his heart. He really has, right? The idea of being a knight has really gotten to him, you know? Primary problem lies not with the vice captain, but with Reinhard. Perhaps I should say it's the Austria family. He is Wilhelm Sommer's son and the current head of the Austria family. What if mistreating such a person caused them to start harboring rebellious intentions towards the kingdom? So if Hinkle decided to rebel against the kingdom, they'd have to consider the possibility of the Swordsins household becoming their enemy? Okay, yeah. So a member of the royal family is kidnapped on the same, like, time when Teresia went to go fight the White Whale and died, right? Which, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with Reinhard? How does Reinhard fit in here? Why do they blame Reinhard for that, right? I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, he can be Julie, right? Come on, remember that? A name I haven't heard in a very long time. Interesting. I'm excited to see where we're going with Julius with all that, you know. Of course, they could never be friends. Naturally. We show up here. Yeah, Liliana and Julius have their little not Julius. Liliana and Priscilla have a little interaction here. Priscilla respects Liliana, which I think, yeah, it makes sense. We talked about this. Yes. Priscilla's attitude, I don't know. What her justification for why she respects her is interesting, right? Saying that, yeah, everything in this world belongs to me, so there's no need for me to keep all beautiful, noble, and worthy things directly at my side in order to appreciate them. If this entire world is my garden, then it doesn't matter where the bird chooses to sing. Very interesting attitude, huh? That is condescension, if anything, right? Like, man, God. That's actually an interesting thing to think about. I'm thinking about the three characters right now that we have related this idea of condescension, which is Regulus, Priscilla, and Reinhard, right? All three of them are so powerful. They're all such incredibly powerful characters, and like in many ways, and that is where this idea of condescension comes from for them. So it's interesting that all three of them are in this arc, right? I wonder how the interactions between them will go, right? It feels like Priscilla doesn't respect Reinhard, doesn't it? Right? That I assume his very his attitude, right? Him acting so proper and so apologizing all the time, the way he acts, right, is something that Priscilla would not respect. So I wonder how Priscilla would feel about Regulus. I wonder how Regulus and like Reinhard would interact, right? I don't know. Because, like, let's say if Reinhard and Regulus had a little chat, right? If Regulus started acting ridiculous like he always does and saying insane things, how would Reinhard react to that? Would he just like give all of his ground immediately and like apologize and like be, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, here's our respawn point right here, right? Gotta get the snacks, and then yeah, and then all this crazy shit with Sirius happens. The another star name, of course, right? Sirius, yeah, yeah. Which I guess we talked about all this at the start of the discussion, right? I feel like the stuff that she says in this speech, I'm going to keep it in mind for the rest of the season because I think it's very important. This idea of everyone being like connected through love, I think that is like that is something that is very important to me, I suppose. That I imagine is very important, right? This, yeah, conducted himself with love. That love exists, right? Everyone being so it feels like a cult almost, you know, this the connection between all of these people like this, right? Subaru embracing this guy, all of this, everyone being so happy to see this kid get murdered, you know. And then that is their downfall. They all die, right? Yeah. Rifts are born when we don't know each other. Hostility is born when we don't share with each other. And what's sharing with each other if we don't all fall under this trance and cheer for this child's death, right? Yeah, yeah. Very interesting, very interesting. Our hearts are one. And if your heart's being one means this happens, everyone dies, then yeah, I mean, I think what she's saying is fundamentally wrong in a lot of ways, right? That there can be no differences between people. Um, I guess those differences between people are probably what causes like wrath, right? What causes this lack of love in a way. So I understand her attitude about that, but I think those differences between people are of course like necessary and required for the world to like exist. Like I don't know, right? It's impossible, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. We're certainly gonna need. I'm gonna certainly need to see more to really like decide what I think all of this like means, right? And decide where I think we're going with all that. And they all die. And Subaru wakes up. Here's his respawn point right here, 5 minutes before it all happens. Oh god, I'm so worried. I am so worried. Theatrical Malice. Oh god. Okay, well, we made pretty good time. This video will only be 3 hours long. So sounds good. Sounds good. What a long first episode, but we got through it. We got through it in the end. I think we just gotta end it there. I think we just gotta end it there. That was a really good first episode. I enjoyed that. I feel like it was only this long for like pacing reasons, right? Because we had a lot of slow moments and all of this, you know? Probably would have been hard to do all of this in across multiple episodes, right? I guess I wonder how like the broader audience would react to that. I would have been fine if this was split up into 3 episodes, right? It wouldn't have bothered me. But I bet a lot of people it would have. So I understand them doing it like this. It makes sense, right? We got ReZero the movie. Okay, well, I suppose that is it. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.